Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Train Man, and welcome to the township of Susqueka. The mountains are done, the hill is done, the coal mine's all finished up. And so as this place is complete, and I'm getting ready to reinstall, I'm here to ask you a question. It is the most important question. Let's just go back to Temeros, because that's basically the center of the map. Face like this. Try to get as northward as possible. And I'll break out the map. Here we are. Now, we have 4 options for what to do next. We're probably going to have an X-Lax for the mine day, whenever I get the chance. The game is crashing quite frequently now, so the uninstall is probably going to be within the next week or so. If I can make it through next episode, that'll just fit my bill, and then that'll be it. Okay, so just had to think for a second there. My head's all stuffed up. I'm not quite thinking straight. You might be able to hear it. I'm a little bit sick. So let me just drop this map in the middle of the screen. And that is unfortunately as far out as we can zoom. Now, we have 4 things that we can do next. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And we can do them corresponding to their directions. But I'm not actually going to have you do that. I mean, if you want to, you can write north, east, south, or west for your vote. I'll go with the northward option first. The northward option is a 2-track wide main line north, of course, to about here. Yeah, it's a long stretch. It's to about here, to a town called Archero. There's a pulp mill. And I believe I have the station diagram out somewhere. I could look it up if I needed to. If not, I might not. I don't know. If the case, I'll just come up with it on the spot. It'll probably do better than this guy, which we know was from a diagram, and it didn't turn out so well. So, we have northwards to Archero, 2-track standard gauge main line, long distance, no grade, few curves, mountain pass, trees, high speeds, freight and passenger. Although there's not going to be much of a passenger station at Archero. East option, 3-foot gauge to Capst Junction, which is just about over here. It's at an elevation of 500 feet, meaning it's 200 feet above Susqueka. So we have an elevation change going upwards. There is a point where the track goes out and comes around like that, sort of in a balloon shape. Doesn't cross over itself, but does a weird waggle. That ascends 200 feet to Capst Junction. Capst Junction is a small town, so it'll be built along with it. It's a junction for the narrow gauge main line. It has a lake, and it doesn't have anything else of interest. It's just a marker to go to other places. That's going to be through the mountains. There's going to be bridges and tunnels. Probably our first narrow gauge tunnel, although I don't think one will be necessarily warranted just because of the terrain that I'm looking at. We may have one, I'm not sure. I never did out the terrain, you guys know that. But I know where we will have a tunnel, and it's coming off of Capst Junction. South option, Temeros to Portal. Portal leaves the map. We're going to have automatic trains spawning in at, random intervals. That's that. A way for trains to get out and into the map. It's a slight downgrade. We've already crossed over the river. It's not going to be very much, but it's going to be a part that we have to get done at some point. It's going to be trees, there's going to be light hills, as I said, a downgrade, slight downgrade, and into a mountain face where the portals will be. Finally, we have the west option. The west option is different than the other ones in that it doesn't involve laying a lot of track. The west option is the town of not Zamziv anymore, Galgora, which is a port. It's going to be our first major industrial drop-off point for the map. It's going to be on the ocean. There's going to be plains or forests around it. It's going to be a stopping point for both standard gauge and narrow gauge. It's going to be a large standard gauge yard, a staging yard, and of course a seaport. So that's our 4 options. Temeros to Archero, Susqueka to Caps Junction, about here, Temeros to Portal, or Galgora. That is my question for you guys. Please vote in the comments. If you need more information, let me know, and I'll be happy to respond as soon as I can. Probably during the next video, where I'll be doing a lot of commentary over something probably mundane and boring, like getting coal from the mines over here. That might be what I do. I'll do it in driver mode, so that it makes it a little more interesting. And that's about that, guys. I know it's a short video, but I'm not feeling too well, and we're kind of wrapped up. There's not much else for me to do. Depending on the performance next week, I may do the reinstall immediately and bring this guy back. He's saved out as a CDP file, so I can just basically load the map up once again, and it'll be all hunky-dory and fine. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to vote. And I'll see you guys next week when we go and do a load of coal. Train man out.